I got some happy mail. I've not got mail in a long time. I was so excited about the mail that I busted it open. Didn't even turn on the camera. My bad. Y'all know how much I love to open boxes, and gifts are my happy place. Good Sunday morning, and I guess I have to say, what's the deal, pickles? Yeah, I can't be loud today. Everybody's doing stuff. I normally, as you know, don't start recording until Tuesdays, but I'm coming on today because I just finished the first Zoom Bible study that we're doing, and I'm putting away everything now. We had two issues. One being, for some reason, there was a mix-up with the Zoom that I copied in there. Not the link was correct, but for some reason it put the wrong time in there, and I was like, next time I have to check, double check, or triple check to make sure, because I'm putting everything away. I didn't show you guys this Bible, but I am loving this Bible. I just really enjoy the NLT version. It's started to become one of my absolute favorites. Not to study, but to read. And especially after you study and you feel like you have an understanding of something, and then you go back and read it in NLT, and it'll usually kind of just smooth any rough places out. I'm putting my bookmark back in here. Anyways, if you have not seen the inside of this Bible, if I remember, I will put the link on my faith channel, where I just did an look inside when I first got the box in. So, I mean the Bible in. So with that said, I just finished. I think it went okay. I always get nervous because I'm the person, whenever I'm facilitating a Bible study, that I like to facilitate, even though I'm sorry, because it's making my glasses all upside and stuff. I am gifted in teaching. I do know that. But it always just makes me nervous when you are walking in it. You know what I mean? But I told y'all, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So I did it. Now, because a few people were unable to make it, I am going to do a recap and a summary, and I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. One of the things that I am going to show you all in the blog is I did use the Faith Happy Planner for the first time, because I just did a flip through that'll be coming on my channel soon. I don't know when this is going up, so either it's coming up soon or it's up now. I'll put it in the thing. But here's the way that it all looks once I wrote in it. And this is a little notepad that I have. And here's the other side. I can tell you already, I guess I'll do it in a review maybe, or something like that. But just real quick, I like the paper. I love that it can take the G2 gel pens well, because those are my absolute favorite pens to use without any type of bleeding. And I write hard, so I have to have good paper quality, and that held up well. The only thing I realize that I don't really like, or I just have to get used to it, is that their spaces are really kind of small for like this section. Let's see here. See, like here, These were kind of small, so I just gotta learn how I want them to go in there. Another thing, if you see here, I totally ignored the vertical lines and I just wrote straight across. So I would have been just fine even with just having boxes across here. And what else? Here is the same thing. I just ignored all of those lines. It was very interesting to me that this side, again, I guess I'm gonna have to do a review, but that this side has this little column, but on this side of the sheet, it does not have it. And that really kind of takes away from quite a bit of space, but I guess technically it just takes away from one day. So you get 4 columns on this side and 3 on the other side. But I really wish they would have had a space for prayer. So what I may end up doing is covering these and turning one into prayer, because here it says blessings this week, grateful for. So maybe I'll just replace one of those with prayer, so that, and what I mean by prayer is not to write out my prayers, because that's not enough room. But one of the things that I like to do, which is one of the tips that I share today, is how you pray scripture. And sometimes you come across verses that you would want to have that in your arsenal of verses to pray, and I would love to be able to have a section dedicated to it, so that when I flip through, I would easily be able to see it. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Change this blessings this week to grateful for, and then the grateful for, turn that into prayers. Another thing that I enjoyed is I was able to use the different color pens, and it took that well, so that there's a little small distinction. I mean, I may go back through and put something over, like highlight it to make it stand out a little bit more. But overall, it was, I'm glad I had it. And so now I'm going to go through, review these notes. I did not fill in my application section because I want to go back through all of my notes again, because I have pages of notes on my iPad, and this was my observations I summarized, but not my applications yet. So I need to do that. With that said, I think it's going to be amazing having all of it in one spot. And because I do have the whole month of July open since I got it late, I may actually turn that area into the section where I will summarize the different steps of my Bible study process, so that I can have it enclosed in the same book. So that's it. I just wanted to go ahead and record now. I'm about to call it a day up here. I have reading to do. I have the new Twilight book that I want to read. So I'm about to go get some dinner or some food and read, and close it down for my work week. So I'll see you all in the next clip. Take care and goodbye. Well, I guess I shouldn't say goodbye. You're gonna see me in the next clip. See you later. I am sitting in bed. Pardon the crumpled comforter. I usually make up my bed, but this morning I just wanted to sit and read and study. We're doing the Bible study with the book of Ephesians, but we're using the She Reads Truth Bible. And I just wanted to kind of give, like, this is how my study Bible looks like once I start going in and studying it. And this study has already been so good. And then here are, like, my notes for, these are all of my notes for chapter 1. So here's chapter 1, and it's already, like, I have to sometimes leave space for stuff that I'm still mulling over, so that I know I want to come back. But one of the things that's a benefit when I'm facilitating a study is that I can't sit in something too long, which is good for me, because I can sit in a chapter forever and still keep seeing new things. And then now this week, well, here's my definitions. And then here are some of the other verses. One of the reasons why I wanted to use this particular Bible, even though this is not one of my favorite translations, was because they already have these going deeper, and we're reading it much slower than this. Like what they're assigning for a week, we're going to be doing over the course of, like we did this 1 week. We were doing chapter 2 over 2 weeks, chapter 3 over two weeks, so that we kind of slow down. But I like that they have that. And I don't want to go on this too long, but one of my favorite translations when I'm studying though is this Bible. And as you'll see, hold on, this is where I am. I don't mark in this one, even though that's about to change. And sometimes I'll do it just because I just can't help it, but I try not to. That's going to change because I'm about to go into a deep dive into all of these books. And this is the book that I'd like to have like my final divisions and notes in. And so this is the NISB. And it's really close to the NASB. And then the last one, which I didn't bring over yet, is my NLT, which actually, let me grab it. So the NLT is my favorite reading Bible. And then the same. Now, what's so hilarious to me, let me go to it. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to actually start coloring these because I just want them, every time I look at something, I want it to be colored. So here is the same passage in the NLT. I just love reading this translation. It's just so relaxing. So anyways, I am going to get back to studying. I just thought it would be, since I haven't decided how I'm going to document the study portion, I thought it would be good to kind of just come in, since many of you are joining me. And right now I'm at the very beginning of my breakdown of chapter 2. So I have no notes after this. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to get back to work. But this is my favorite setup. When I get down deep into everything, I sit in my bed because I love to have my resources spread out around me. And what's so funny is that I love having these physical Bibles, but I have all of them electronically, but there's just something about having them all open at the same time. Like if I see a verse and I don't get it, I can go to another translation and read it a couple times, then go back and dig. So with this one, it also has some really great secondary or other scriptures without the notes, so that you can really get to that place yourself. And then the final study resource, and this one is always my last resource because it has actual notes. This is the ESV Study Bible. It's really good. I don't use this portion a lot. It's one of my very last steps when I'm studying, but it's really helpful. I prefer this, just other scriptures to help me get to the understanding on my own over this. And then I will usually go from here, between here and commentaries. So that's it. This one also has really great charts. My other favorite study Bible is NIV Bible that they don't make anymore. And that one I keep at my desk because it's old. And so, yeah. But yeah, that's what I do. This week is honestly going to just be about getting this book, everything done and launched and ready to go into Amazon. So usually that means I don't have a lot of extra time, or I'm just having to like focus, then do something else to break up my attention, to kind of decompress, and then focus and keep it going. So with that said, yeah, writing a lot. Well, really not writing, just finishing everything and making sure it's the way that I want it to be. Get things off to people, the PR company. So that's all on the writing side. On my crafting side, yesterday when I did not update you, I finished my first head wrap. Let me grab it. So here was the first head wrap I showed you all. I think I showed it in a studio vlog. I don't think it was a part of the t-shirt towel video, if you saw that. But what I did is cut up some old like v-neck shirts that I had from Target that were really old, but they were still I love those shirts, so now I gotta go buy more. And what I did is I made this head wrap out of them. I didn't record it because I was in the midst of working, and so it's just something for me to do on my breaks. But I do have the second one that I'm making, and I'm gonna record that. I'll record it while I'm doing it. What I found interesting about this is I pretty much just, unlike before trying to pre-lay everything out, I just laid it all out at the sewing machine while I was sewing, and I made it into a big rectangle. And then when I tried to use it as a head wrap, which I'll show in a second, I didn't have enough length to wrap around the bun the way that I wanted to. And then I decided to fold it in half and cut it right up the middle, not with rotary cutters, just with some scissors. And then I took those two ends and put them together and made it a long, almost like a scarf. And so it's really long. I would say probably somewhere in the ballpark of 80 inches maybe or so. And I'm going to show you, you're going to hear my son in the kitchen banging around the pots and pans that he's putting away while I'm talking. So I am coming back on to show you all up close how this head wrap turned out. The only thing that I probably would change if I could is maybe the seams could have been at an angle so that the lines are not so harsh. But I don't think I would change that. That would just make it would make it so that I had probably way too much waist and too much focus. I love this concept. The material is just right. And I know it's because of these particular shirts. But yeah, it's like, and this one was super long. It was way longer than the last one and almost too short, but because it's a stretchy material, I was able to tuck it. The other thing that you have to be mindful of is making sure when you do the wrap, like around the outside, that the seams are on the inside so that they're not showing unless you want your seams to show. I did not cut the seams down. I left the quarter. I did a half an inch, roughly a half an inch. And yeah, it's light. It feels great. Perfect summer head wrap. Perfect summer head wrap. And it's easy to do. So yeah, there it is. Now I can get back to work. Here's a super quick update on this granny square. I'm almost at the point where I'm gonna turn it on point and then build the sides out. I usually try to go about 30 rows, and I'm at 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 15 16 17 18 19. I'm on the 20th row right now, so about 5 more color changes, and then I'll turn. This will make it a little bit bigger than a throw size. And this is the pattern that I'm doing for charity. I've been using the same yarn over and over again, and it's almost empty. See, this is how I store it. So let me just, this is the pattern. So you see how it's on point here? I think, yeah, that's the only picture. It's on point, and then you build out the corners. And I don't do this outer border to save on the yarn so that I can make more, because these all go to a charity project at the end of the year. So yeah, told you guys I'm still doing it. It hardly ever makes it upstairs. I keep it down here. So, and here's the front of the book. I bought this years ago at Half Price Books. So I'm off. Good Saturday morning. I am getting my morning started, and I've already worked out, and I'm on my first cup of coffee. And Saturday mornings, I have Bible study, so it starts in a little bit. It's been interesting that during this pandemic time, because a lot of different programs and everything went virtual, it kind of regulated my schedule in a different way, that almost everything pretty much starts at 10. And since I wake up so early, it's almost like that meeting is the kickoff of the second part of my morning. So except for Saturdays. Saturdays we try to, I try my best to sleep in a little bit. And then this morning I read a little bit, and then I did some book work in my head and writing it out in my phone. And then we went on our walk and everything, and now I'm all freshly moisturized, looking tabby shiny. That's because it's fresh. But yeah, so today it's all about getting the last bit of this book done. It seems like it doesn't matter how hard I get things started in advance and work on things. It's like up to the last minute of pushing play, I'm like, and some days I want to change it, and other days I'm just like, maybe that's just how it is. But it always is like, it's also getting closer to no longer spending a lot of time. It kind of like, it reminds me of whenever you're in school and or you work at a particular job for a long time and you have your school friends or you have your job friends, and then when you change into another job or to a new school, those friends stay your friends for a little while, but then all of a sudden, like, you may keep one or two, but the majority of them, that was it. Like, they were just friends for that season. And that's how I feel about characters in my books. Now the great thing is when it's a series, you get to visit them again. But yeah. And also it helps me kind of think about and process like the ideas and the themes of the books. And in this one, the thing that I'm learning about myself, usually it's always something that I'm learning about myself, but is the thing that I'm learning about myself is there's a cost to independence, right? Like, and I guess this is going to be our little tidbit in the inside of the vlog, but that there's a cost to independence. Trying to think about the way to say it. Here's what it makes me think about. Like, I was raised by a single mother and very strong woman, and with that, because she had 3 daughters, it's like we all took on the characteristics and mannerisms of her strength. Each of us have something different, I think, because of our natural personalities and our natural giftings, but we are all some sort of residue of who she is. And I think on some days we're better than it and some days we're not, but it still is a strong positive metric, like in my life, right? But sometimes that metric it is challenging when I am confronted by things that were not around me when I was raised. You know, being married, living in a household with both women and men, because we had an all-female household. Like, even after all of these years, that is still something that there are times where something will bother me, and I'm like, why does that bother me? It's not a big deal. And it's really because it bumps into that place of what I may, in still some sense, consider normal. You know, it's weird. So in this book, this young lady is trying to separate herself. Well, she has separated herself from this relationship, and because it went so badly, and because she saw it coming, but it was worse than what she thought it was going to be. Her self-preservation mechanism is to say, I want to do everything on my own. I don't want anybody. I don't want to be caught up in a situation where someone can take something away from me again. And that attitude comes against him, who has a big family, and his family has always done things together, and they've always tag teamed, and so those two dynamics clash when they shouldn't, right? Those two things could really help each other, and eventually they will, because it's romance, right? Eventually they will. But it helps me to see that you know, in some places my desire to be independent can hinder me. It can hold me back. So, you know, being able to freely ask for help or freely accept help, or to be open to whatever the possibilities are, can only make me better. So, message. That's the message for today. So I almost forgot to tell you all that I got some happy mail. I've not got mail in a long time. I was so excited about the mail that I busted it open. Didn't even turn on the camera. My bad. Y'all know how much I love to open boxes, and gifts are my happy place. So with that said, I'm lucky today because I actually have the mug so I can show you. This, oh, bless me, excuse me. This is what I got. This mug says, "In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus." And I was not expecting it. Let me show you what she sent it with, and I'm using it. I'm one of those people that I actually use mug rugs. So here's the mug rug. And she said it was okay for me to give her a shout out. It is my friend Tasha. I always call her my crafting BFF. And let me get, her name is, oh gosh, let me get her YouTube handle. I'm gonna look it up. I will also put the link in the description. Oh, it is Scriptures, Veggies, and Thimbles. I knew I would find it. I will put, thank you. Look, I already told her thank you. I sent her a text message. Actually, I'm lying. I called her and I thanked her. She knows how much I love mugs. I just love mugs. I like mugs, and I like t-shirts with sayings on them. I don't know why. I just like them. I know why. Let me explain why. To me, it makes me happy because when you have something motivational, especially for me who I drink coffee all day, or coffee or tea or something, and so you're sitting there and sometimes you're just in your own head, and then you just focus in, and then you say, and then you see "In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus," and it just makes you feel good inside. So I have all types of mugs with sayings on them. As you can see, I'm using her mug, and I'm using the mug rug. Oh, let me read the scripture on the mug rug. And so it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life." Tasha, thank you so much. You know I love you, girl. Okay, let me get to work. So I closed out the week without saying a parting message. I honestly already into the week, so I almost forgot what happened, but it was a busy week. I finished my head wraps. I got everything cut on my wall and actually placed, and I think I've done an update, but I'm gonna turn so you can see everything is on there, including the background fabric. So I just need to start sewing those. Everything is prepped for my release, which is, from the recording of this video, 3 days away. So with that said, I am out. Thank you so much, as always, for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, and leave a comment in the comment section letting me know what your favorite part of this video was, and if there's anything that you would like to see more of. I do have some updates hopefully soon on the quilt pattern that I'm working on. And so and you guys who watch this blog will start seeing it embedded in this blog, so you can kind of watch me as I work through the process of creating my first official quilt pattern. And this is coming from the Wing It Queen. Okay, I'm the Wing It Queen, so that's what's going down between, you know what I'm saying, here, you and me here. So I'm out. Take care of yourself. Follow any type of health precautions that are mandated by your city and your state. Take care of yourself and your family. And if you can, do something creative for yourself this week. And I will see you all hopefully sooner than later. Take care. Goodbye.